What humans experience on Earth is a travesty of what you truly are. August 23, 2013. The energy levels are rising all across the planet, and this can be seen in the various conflicts, civil disturbances, political disagreements, whistleblowers versus government agencies, relationship issues, many of which are now being reported in the mainstream media. The energies will continue to rise as more and more of you learn to handle them, leading to far greater understanding of your life purposes and the paths that you are following towards your awakening. There is no turning back. There will be openness and expansion, transparency and integrity, as honesty uncovers and discloses corruption that has occurred on a vast scale and which will then be eradicated. The new age is showing its colors that will not run, as one of your politicians put it in a rather different and inappropriate context, and they are absolutely brilliant, light-filled and embracing humanity, which is now most efficaciously reflecting that light back to the source in an ongoing recognition, outpouring, and sharing of unconditional love. You are starting to realize yourselves, your true selves, recognizing them and expressing them fearlessly and joyfully in their abundant beauty, and sharing them unconditionally. Your true nature is indeed beginning to show and will not be denied any longer. Delight in the freedom you are discovering within yourselves, freedom that has always been there dormant, awaiting your decision to recognize it and honor it. You were created free, utterly and completely free, and now is the time for you to rediscover that freedom and take back the power you had given away or just mislaid. You are no longer in bondage, in servitude, and as more of you become aware of this, the capability that some dark ones had and used to manipulate and control you is collapsing. You see signs of this all across the planet as millions reject the autocratic and dictatorial regimes that had effectively enslaved them for so long. You are always divinely guided. Nevertheless, you do have, and indeed have used, your total freedom to deny and ignore that guidance, that infinite love in which God holds you in every moment of your eternal existence. It unceasingly envelops you in His divine embrace. You have just chosen for many eons and many lifetimes to deny it or remain unaware of it as you play your increasingly painful and damaging games in the illusion which you constructed especially for the purpose. Now is the time to allow it to disintegrate and collapse into the nothingness from which you constructed it, momentarily and with such enthusiasm, so long ago. Time is indeed a great paradox that confuses and misdirects you, and you need to release yourselves from it by focusing on the ever-present now moment in which God and all of creation has its eternal existence. The lives you experience on Earth are extremely short in the grand scheme of things, and that is an enormous understatement, and awareness of this is reinforced moment by moment as you observe the universe with its seemingly infinitely vast scale of time and space. It makes you feel small and insignificant, and that is a very uncomfortable way to feel, driving you to seek meaning in the apparent meaninglessness that so many of you have accepted as normal human life. And, in a way, human life is meaningless. You are divine beings at home in God, and what humans experience as a short and temporary life of trouble and strife on Earth is a travesty of what you truly are, and an outright insult to your divinity. And as you become increasingly aware of this, it becomes increasingly hard for you to continue in your state of denial of reality, of the spiritual realms that God so lovingly created and in which all has its eternal existence. God created His children to enjoy with Him an eternal and ecstatic state of infinite joy, and then some of them wondered briefly if it was possible to exist without Him, and in that brief moment they built the illusion in which you seem to have been unwillingly encapsulated for an inordinate number of eons. It is illusory, and you will awaken from the deep and nightmare-ridden sleep in which it seems to have enveloped you. To awaken from this unreal state you must just release your hold on it, which means, very simply, releasing your collective hold on any perceptions or concepts that are not in harmony with unconditional love. You invented an illusory state in which conflict and betrayal are endemic because it seems to you that you can trust no one, rely on no one, and that you are basically alone and abandoned in an environment of constant threat and hostility. But it was you who built it, collectively of course, and all those threats and dangers are of your own making. Let them go. Start trusting, and continue to trust even when your trust is betrayed, because it is all illusory and only your belief in it supports and maintains it. Waiting for someone else to be trusting first does not work. You are each divine beings of immense power, and you can, as individuals, change your beliefs, letting go of all those that no longer serve you, and by doing so, change the collective intent and change the world. That is why you chose to be on Earth at this time in her evolution. You came here as love, because that is what you are, to demonstrate love in action, millions and millions of you, and you had forgotten that but are now remembering. Here in the spiritual realms, which truly are not and never could be separate from you, we are supporting you, encouraging you, and enthusiastically cheering you on. When you take your daily time out to listen for us, demand to hear us, and you will. That will give you the strength and the confidence to continue doing what you came to do, demonstrate love powerfully in action, and by doing so, change the world and dissolve the illusion. Your loving brother, Jesus. Channeled by John Smallman. johnsmallman2.wordpress.com